Chapter 13, the best chapter, always the luckiest number to go with. They walk hand in hand along the coastal path and stop by an old ruin. What is this place? Elisa asks. It's an abandoned tin mine. I don't know why I'm saying
Now he's a pirate, yar, matey. I be going to the tin mine. It's the man of 1,000 accents. This guy's like Maxim of the 1,000 accents.
Exactly. Like I said, my accent's never consistent, ever in my life. They will never, ever be consistent. Let's see. Elisa and Maxim lean against the chimney stack, staring out at a choppy sea. I thought it was like it has a chimney stack? All right. Choppy sea that's crested with white surf as the chill wind whistles between them. It is so beautiful here, she says. It is wild. It reminds me of my home. Except I'm happier here. I feel safe. That's because I am with Mr. Maxim. I love this place too. It's where I grew up. What?
No, he's Dick Van Dyke now. So.
Yeah. Gonna go Dick Van Dyke Cockney for the rest of this. In the house where we are staying, he looks away. No, I brought a bit of this place quite recently. Maxim's mouth turns down and he seems lost. You have a brother? Oh, I did, he whispers. He died. He digs his hands deep into his coat pockets and stares out at the sea. His face bleak, carved like stone. Just like it's the deep trauma. We're getting this trauma now. Yeah, here we go. It's like things turn to black and white. We get
Yeah. I'm just so troubled, but so handsome.
Exactly. I am so sorry, she says, and from his pained, raw expression, she suspects that his brother's death is a recent event. Reaching out, she places a hand on his arms. You miss him, she says. Yes, Maxim whispers, turning his face towards her. I do. I loved him.
Ooh, can you do Jack Sparrow for a bit? That'd be funny.
Can I do Jack Sparrow? All right. I don't know if I can do this.
I loved him, mate. So he was like the sea to me.
Gotta look for the fountain of youth. Let's see. She is surprised by his candor. Do you have other family? A sister, Maria. No, that was me. That was my wild attempt at a Jack Sparrow. Did not even get there. A sister, Marianne. His fond smile is brief. And then there's my mother. His tone becomes dismissive. Ugh, my sexy mother. Gonna be okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Just brought back a lot of memories.
It's like sorry, It'll be fine. Your father? My father died when I was 16. Oh, I am sorry. Your sister and mother, do they live here? Oh, is that an inconsistency?
No, it's just because it occurred to me because last chapter he said, like, my father took me to a brothel at 15. So it's like, this is like basically one of the last things he did for his son was like, son, I'm going to teach you how to fuck. This is...
Like what? The backstory is his father died in that brothel.
Yeah.
It's like,
God. Like, well, father's been in there for a while. I wonder if I should check on him. Oh, no!
Oh, God, that would add so much interesting backstory to this, like, sex slavery nonsense.
Let's not rule it out, because every time I've sarcastically joked about how bad this book could get, they've done it, so...
I'm morbidly curious at this point if that actually turns out to be the case. Let's see. I am sorry. Your sister and mother, do they live here? They used to. They visit sometimes, he says. Marianne works and lives in London. She's a doctor. He flashes her a proud smile. Ooh. Elisa is impressed. I'm assuming that's like a word that I don't know.
She keeps breaking into Albanian, which I'm assuming has been done with like Babel.com, Babelfish.
Sure. Yeah, sure. And your mother? She's mostly in New York. His answer is curt. He doesn't want to discuss his mother. And she doesn't want to discuss her father. And she doesn't want to discuss her father. So it's like changing.
It's something we have in common. We both have deep damage regarding our parents.
Yeah, but it's weird because like now this is, because like the third person omniscient was generally from her point of view, but now we're getting like his interior monologue in the third person now.
Are we?
Yeah, that was his, because she says, and she doesn't want to discuss her father. So like this is the third person omniscient, but it's now from like it's not a limited, it's omniscient. So like we have a third person limited, a third person omniscient, and a first person.
That's the most confusing thing I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like trying to imitate Fifth Season, but like with none of the literary capability that N.K. Jemisin has.
Maybe that was just like a thought. It's like, and she doesn't. I don't know. I'm not going to try and excuse it. Let's.
Well, it's clearly that. Sorry, now I'm analyzing the writing technique. I don't know what I'm trying to do here, but like she's clearly like this is clearly a point, both of their point of view bit. But I don't know. It's
Yeah, no, it's confusing. I wouldn't put it past her to suddenly start doing it like that. That's just.
Yeah. Anywho, oh gosh, there are mine. Oh no, there are mine near Kukase. She says to change the subject, and she gazes up at the gray stone chimney stack. It's like the chimney on the road to Kosovo. Really? Yes. What are they mine? Crom. I don't know why I did that. She said I was like Crom.
Wait. Chrome. Right. I thought you would like reading Conan the Barbarian for a second there. It's like, by Chrome.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's going to correct her and just say, Chrome. I don't know the word. Chromium? Chromium.
Oh.
She shrugs. I don't know the English. I think I better invest in an English-Albanian dictionary, Maxim mutters. Come on, let's walk into the village. We can have lunch. Village? Elisa has seen no signs of any dwellings on their walk. Because, yeah, now we're getting... That's inside her head. So that's... it's clearly just jumping around.
That's weird. It's so weird.
Trivia thick dick. It's a small village just over the hill, popular with tourists. Elisa falls into step beside him. The photographs in your apartment, are they from here? She asks. The landscapes, yes, they are. Maxim beams. You're observant, he adds. And from his raised eyebrow, Elisa can tell he's impressed. She gives him a shy smile, and he takes her gloved hand. She's wearing gloves? Oh, sorry, actually, because it's cold. Sorry, I was thinking of like the fancy white gloves.
Oh yeah, like a ball around, like Jessica Rabbit sort of glove. Yeah.
They emerge from the path onto a lane too narrow to have sidewalks. The hedgerows on either side are high, but cut back from the road. The brambles and bare-twigged bushes. Why do I care?
Exactly. Right? Why do we need to hear every lamp? You know?
Yeah, it's like her and George R. R. Martin should get together. And bare-twigged bushes are orderly and trimmed, and here and there they are covered in clumps of snow. They walk down and around a sweeping corner, and the village of Thick Dick appears at the bottom of the lane. I'm just going to call it that from now on.
Yeah, no, yeah.
The stone and whitewashed houses are nothing Elisa's ever seen before. They look small and old, but charming nonetheless. I mean, whitewashed is probably a good word for all of this. The place is quaint, pristine, and with no trash. No trash anywhere. Oof. Now that whitewashed has weird implications, but probably true. Yeah.
Okay, so got good street cleaning. That's good to know, I guess.
I'm wondering what. Yeah, I feel like this. This is. I wonder if she's going to get into the racism. I'm sure there's going to be some racism.
There's been plenty so far, but yeah.
Where she comes from, there's garbage. Oh god, yeah. So Albania is just a trash place.
Yeah, it's a third world country. No one's seen the sea. No one knows how to cook, or the men are medieval, apparently.
Yeah, it's great. Where she comes from, there's garbage and construction debris in the streets, and most of the buildings are built from concrete.
Okay.
Sure, yeah.
This is like, it comes off like she has a serious vendetta against Albania. Like, this is just a takedown.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not up to date on, like, what Albania is like, but I'm sure it's not that. At the waterfront, 2 stone quays stretch out to embrace the harbor, where 3 large fishing boats are moored. Around the waterfront are a few shops, a couple of boutiques, a convenience store, a small art gallery, and 2 pubs. There's always going to be 2. It's always going to be 2.
It's like the Sith, rule of 2 pubs, gotta get drunk.
Exactly. One called the Watering Hole, the other the Two-Headed Eagle. Not very inventive for pub names.
No.
Also a Two-Headed Eagle.
That's clearly a reference to his tattoo / Albania, but...
that makes sense, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to have something called, like, the King's Arms or the Queen's Rest at every British town. I think they're violating some sort of law here, but...
Yeah, I'm disappointed now. I'm very upset.
Yeah. And there's... Neither of these are Weatherspoons. I'm genuinely shocked.
It does bring me back, though. When I was in college and I spent time in London, it's like I would go to the pub all the time. It was wonderful.
Pubs are awesome. I definitely miss pubs. There's a few here that say like they're British pubs, but they serve fries, so obviously they're a lie.
A sign hangs outside, bearing a shield Elisa recognizes. Look! She points at the emblem. Your tattoo! Maxim winks at her. You hungry? Yes, she says. That was a long walk. Good day, me lord! An elderly man in a black scarf, a green wax coat, and a flat cap is leaving the two-headed eagle. He is followed by a shaggy dog of indeterminate breed, wearing a red coat with the name Boris. I'm assuming named after Boris Johnson, embroidered in gold.
It would have to be a much mangier dog for that to make sense.
Yeah. Oh, God. I just love that. It's like, good day, me lord. Just coming right out and just like, hello.
At least he didn't say milady, because that's a whole different thing. But like, he's literally the lord of this land, so I don't know, he's probably been to this pub before demanding permanocta or something ridiculous like that. So.
Oh, God. Or DJing. Sure.
Oh, God, that's even worse, yeah.
I will inflict my DJing ability upon my plebeians.
Yep. Anyone who doesn't get their groove on will be executed!
Off with their head to this beat!
God, you die to the sounds of Korean house music.
I mean, I guess there are worse ways to go. Anyways. Let's see. Father Treywin, Maxim shakes his head. How are you bearing up, young man? He pats Maxim on the arm. Sorry, I'm just going for all the British accents here.
Bartender a priest?
No, this is just an elderly man just coming out of the bar, I guess.
The vicar
with his
pissed.
Shaggy dog named Boris.
Yep, okay,
So,
sure. I'm sure Boris is going to be essential enough to the plot to be worth introducing him.
Yeah. How are you bearing up, young man? He pats Maxim on the arm. Good, thank you. My voice is just all over. I'm pleased to hear it. And who is this fine young lady? Father Trewin, our vicar. May I introduce Alicia Dimaki? Again, apologies for mispronouncing the last name. My friend, visiting from overseas. You have to have the pause is in there.
As you say, that is the pregnant pause. That's
my fuck buddy / former sex slave survivor.
I might have said victim. This is my victim.
Oh, dear Lord. Good afternoon, my dear. Treywin holds out his hand. Good afternoon, she says, shaking his hand, surprised and pleased that he would address her directly. And how are you enjoying Cornwall? I thought it was Limp Dick, whatever the name is.
Cornwall's the county. It's the.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. It is lovely here. Treywin gives her a benign smile and turns to Maxim. A benign smile? Wouldn't it be like a bright smile?
Benevolent or something? Yeah. What? How do you smile benignly? Like.
It's like.
It's a smile that's not infectious, I guess, or.
I don't know.
Bizarre.
I suppose it's too much to hope that we'll see you at Sunday's service tomorrow. We'll see, Father. Well, we lead by example, my son. Remember that. All right. Oh, boy. Sounds like my grandmother. I know. Maxim sounds resigned. Brisk day, Father Treywin exclaims, moving on from that subject. Indeed. Let's talk about the weather. Exciting stuff. Treywin whistles to Boris Johnson, who is... I'm adding the Johnson, but it's fine. And, we don't need more Johnsons, I guess, in this story, but what are you going to do? Who has sat patiently waiting for their pleasantries to cease. In case you've forgotten, service starts at 10 sharp. He gives them both a nod and heads on up the lane. Vicar is the priest, yes? Elisa asks as Maxim opens the door to the pub and ushers her into the warmth. Yes, are you religious? He asks, surprising her. Good afternoon, me lord, says a large man with red hair and a complexion to match, interrupting their conversation. He stands behind an impressive bar that is hung with decorative jugs and pint glasses. There's a burning log fire at one end of the pub and several wooden high-backed benches on either side of a lane of tables, most of which are occupied by men and women who could be locals or tourists Elisa doesn't know. That's a long sentence.
That is, and an also completely unnecessary one.
Mm-hmm. From the there's still more. From the ceiling hang fishermen's ropes and nets and tackle. The atmosphere is warm and friendly. There's even a young couple kissing at the back. Embarrassed, Elisa looks away and sticks close to Mr. Maxim. Cooties.
Yes, embarrassed now. Yeah, after masturbating in the shower. That's now kissing. Yeah. Kissing's what pushes her over the edge.
Oh, it's like, oh, so kissing. Oh,
mercy. Yeah.
All right. Alright. And now we're switching perspectives again. Hi, Iago, I say to the barman. Table for two for lunch. Megan will sort you out. Iago points to the far corner. Megan? Shit. Yeah, she's working here now. Fuck. I give Elisa a sideways glance. She looks puzzled. Are you sure you're hungry? Yes, Elisa replies. Doomba? Iago asks, staring with overt appreciation at Elisa. Doombar, what? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? It just says Doombar. Iago asks, staring with overt appreciation at Elisa.
Doom. Oh, I see. Doom bar. Literally just the word doom and but.
And then she says, "Yes, please." I try not to glare at him.
I'm assuming it's a beer. I'm assuming it must be.
Sure.
He's because he's looking at her, so you assume that this word that he's saying is in relation to her. But he's asking. I assume he's just asking, like, "Do you want a pint of the, pint
beer.
Guinness or something?" Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. All right. Yes, please. I try not to glare at him. So he's also leering at her, apparently. Oh boy. And for the lady, Iago's voice softens, his eyes still on Elisa. Oh boy. What would you like to drink, I ask. She peels off her hat, releasing her hair. Releasing it. Her cheeks are flushed from the cold. The beer I had yesterday, she says, with her loose, dark curls falling almost to her waist, her shiny eyes, and her radiant smile. She is an exotic beauty. I'm beguiled. Totally and utterly beguiled. I can't blame Iago for staring. Half a pale ale for the lady, I say without looking at him. Half?
Yeah, again, fuck this guy. Oh, you get half. You don't want too many calories of your full pint.
Yeah, again, it's like the weird, shame is like, the lady can't have too many calories. I want her to let herself go. Yeah. Only one egg and only half a pale ale.
Yeah, she didn't ask for half. She just asked for fucking beer, man. What the fuck?
That's so weird. Yeah, it's literally like the lady must be demure sort of shit. Yeah, anywho. What is it? Elisa asks as she begins to unzip Marianne's quilted Barber jacket.
We are getting every time she takes off an item of clothing, we're getting a description. So it's just like, this is the dullest public striptease ever.
Yeah. And I know I've been gawking at her. Next line. Speaking of striptease, I shake my head and she gives me a shy smile. Oh, okay. I was like, this is out of nowhere. Hello, Maxim. Or should I say, my lord now. Shit. I turn around and Megan is standing in front of me. Ugh, it's always a Megan. Her expression as dark as her clothes. Table for two, she says with a saccharine tone and a smile to match.
So it's an ex-fuck buddy.
Mm-hmm. Please, and how are you? Fine, she snaps, and my heart sinks, my father's voice ringing in my head. Don't fuck the local girls, boy.
Yep. Okay.
Good advice, Dad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, my good father gave me perfectly, good advice for this. Don't piss in the home pool, son. He said to me.
What father is telling? Because he died at 16.
Yeah. So this is all advice he gave to him before he turned 16. Yeah.
Take him to the brothel at 15. Don't fuck the local girls, boy. Like, what the fuck? What a weird dad. Jesus. To be fair, no wonder this kid's fucked up if that's his dad. Ugh.
But again, I don't quite know what we are supposed to find appealing about this man at all.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to invest in this dude because he's a creeper, and I want to invest in her because she's, dealing with weird trauma and, having weird PTSD moments at this guy's, random mood changes. It's, weird. I'm not... Yeah, and on top
of all that, it's wrapped up in a package of this micro-explaining everything that these people come across and do to the point where the plot is non-existent. So it's the most boring experience you'll ever have getting through this book,
Mm-hmm. And infantilization and mild racism towards Albanians, casual racism. Yeah. Anyways, and cultural stereotyping, it's all fun. It's all in here. It's all great. Let's see. I stand aside for Alyssa to precede me, and we follow in Megan's dour wake. She leads us to a table in the corner by a window that overlooks the quays. It's the best table in the establishment, so that's something. Tries Megan like shove him in a corner. This okay for you? I ask Elisa. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Megan. I ask Elisa, deliberately ignoring Megan. Yeah, fuck our waitress. Let's see. Yes, it is good. Elisa responds with a confused look at a moody Megan. I hold out her chair and she sits. Yago arrives with our drinks and Megan saunters off, presumably to fetch menus or a cricket bat. Oof.
Okay, I guess they had a bad breakup is what I'm getting from here.
Yeah, it's great. You know that I'm really hot and bothered by former ex-lovers. Pissed off. Let's see. Cheers! I hold up my pint. Cheers! Elisa replies. After a sip, she says, I do not think Megan is happy with you. No, I don't think so either. I shrug. Now I'm at the correct accent again. Come full around. I shrug, brushing off the subject. I really don't want to discuss Megan with Elisa. Anyways, you were saying about religion. She eyes me dubiously, as if pondering the Megan situation, capital M, capital S, and she says, then she continues, the communists ban religion in my country. Oh, good, we're going to get into politics here, too. Great.
Okay.
All right. You mentioned that in the car yesterday. Is this going to be just like, let's go off about socialism and communism and all that fun? All right.
I am terrified to find out.
Yes, but you wear a gold cross. Menus, Megan interrupts us and hands us both a laminated card. I'll be back to take your order in a minute. She turns abruptly and heads for the bar.
They keep getting interrupted when they try and discuss this religion thing, as if they're trying to build tension to, are you religious, yes or no? Like, as if that's going to be a huge thing. Like, I guess the assumption is that she is religious, that means sex is off the table, which is why this matters.
Yeah, I guess so. Because you, like, kind of had that thought, that, like, stray thought after masturbation or whatever that was like, oh, will she not want to have sex because of it? Yeah. Fun.
You?
All right. Yeah. Oh God. Or I think it's like the fear is that she'll want to. That's the fear. It's that she wants a long relationship. That's the fear. It's not even like she's not. Sex isn't on the table. It's like, oh, I'll have to actually invest in this girl for longer than a modicum of a second, to actually get there. Oh God. I ignore her. You were saying. Elisa watches Megan's exit through suspicious eyes, but says nothing about her. She continues. It was my grandmother's. She was Catholic. She used to pray in secret. Elisa fondles her gold cross. Fondles, okay. Right, I don't think Jesus wants to fondle the cross.
If memory serves, this isn't the first time that she's said a word regarding what she does to her cross in a way that seems very easily misinterpreted as sexual. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Or maybe there's just no thought to like the word choice at all. That's probably the better thing to go. So there's no religion in your country? There is now. Since we became a republic when the communists fell, but in Albania we don't make so much of it. Oh, I thought religion was everything in the Balkans. Not in Albania. We are, what is the word, secular state? Religion is very personal. We know, it's like she knows the word secular state? Like she can't, like that's the phrase she gets? Oh God. Religion is very personal. You know, just between a person and their God. At home we are Catholics. Most people in my town are Muslim. But we do not give it much thought. She responds with a quizzical look at me. And you? Me? Well, I suppose I'm Church of England, but I'm not religious at all. Father Trewin's words come back to me. We lead by example, my son, my son. Bloody hell. He's not even saying this, he's just thinking about it. But I should go to church tomorrow. Kid always managed to go at least once or two Sundays a month when he was down here. Me, not so much. That's another damn duty I have to fulfill. Are the English like you? Elisa asks, pulling me back into the conversation. With regard to religion, some are, some aren't. The UK is multicultural. Cultural. I don't know. I can't say that word in this accent.
Multicultural?
This I know. She smiles. When I traveled on the train in London, there were so many different languages spoken. Do you like it? London? It is noisy and crowded and very expensive, but it is exciting. I had never been to a big city before. Not even Tirana? Thanks to my expensive education, I know the capital of Albania. Cool, bro.
Right, yeah.
You got basic geography.
You listen to a Looney Tunes song, or no, it's the Animaniacs song one time.
So, to be fair, he's ahead of me. I mean, I don't know the capitals of anywhere. Not even like most American states. Do I know the capital? Let's Let's see. No, I have never traveled. I have never seen the sea until you brought me here. Her glance at the window is wistful, but it gives me an opportunity to study her profile. Long lashes, pert nose, pouting lips. I shift in my seat, my blood thickening. He's getting a boner. He's getting a boner. Is really,
yeah,
is really
everything is what he's trying to say. Yeah, and everything about this reeks of that joke article someone wrote. It's like she tittied to the stairs and descended boobily. Like,
yeah, she titted down the stairs boobily. Oh god, yep. Except for you don't have the excuse of like this being like written 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Steady, he says. It's like steady. I don't want to get off kilter by my boner.
Hold, lads. Don't let the boners take over. Oy.
Oh god. Megan appears with her pinched, angry face and scraped back hair, and my problem subsides.
The whiplash of just how he described these two women just physically hurt me.
Yeah. It was like, oh, look at this beautiful Albanian woman, and then just getting a boner, and then this like witch, this witch just shows up.
Here with your menus.
Yes, my pretties. Oh god. Boy, is she still bitter. It was one summer 7 years ago. One fucking summer. Are you ready to order?
Right. She's canonically the Witch of the West now.
Yeah. She asks, glaring at me, catch of the day is gone. God. Sorry, I made myself laugh.
My flying monkeys brought it in.
Yeah. Sorry, obviously.
I just realised they're about to order fish pie, and that is the devil itself. That's
there
nasty.
we go. She makes it sound like an insult. God. Elisa frowns and glances quickly at the menu. I'll have the fish pie, please. And irritated, I cock my head, daring Megan to say anything. For me... Oh, he said I'll have the fish pie. For me also, ask Elisa. 2 fish pies! Any wine? I'm fine with beer. Elisa? Megan turns to the lovely Elisa I apologize if I'm saying your last name wrong. For you? She snaps. The beer is good for me too.
Thank you. Beer than wine is awful. That's like she's trying to poison them.
Yeah, and it's also like I'm also annoyed at this pitting two women against each other. It's like, oh, like he's with the man that I fucked 7 summers ago. It's like I'm somebody bitchy to this lady too.
She's E.L. James is never subtle about which woman you're supposed to not like, and it's the one who's not pure and innocent, the one who's dared to have sex in any other capacity than with the hero is the harpy, and it's all 3 50 Shades books had someone like that in it.
Oh god. All right, where are we? For you, she snaps. The beer's good for me. She'll probably spit in my food, or worse, in Elisa's. Great. That even has even worse connotations now with like COVID and stuff. But anyway.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, next word. Shit. I mutter under my breath as I watch her march back to the kitchen. Elisa studies my reaction. That goes back several years, I say, and tug up my sweater collar, embarrassed. What does? Megan and I. Oh, Lisa says, her tone flat. She's ancient history. Tell me about your family. Do you have any siblings? I ask, desperately trying to move on. No, she says abruptly, and it's obvious she's still considering Megan and me. Parents? I have a mother and a father, like all people. She raises a beautiful, arched eyebrow. Oh, the delectable he has teeth. Talking about her mother and father, and now he's like sexualizing her teeth? Like not even like the look of them, just like she has teeth.
Hot.
Yeah, that's why I always get turned on by the teeth. All right, so let's see. And what are they like? I ask, stifling my amusement. My mother is brave. Her voice becomes soft and wistful. Brave? Yes. Her expression turns somber, and she glances out the window once more. Okay, this subject is definitely off limits. And your father? She shakes her head and shrugs. He is an Albanian man. And that means? Well, my father's old-fashioned, and I do not... How do you say? We do not see eye to eye for eye. Her face falls a little, and her troubled expression tells me this, too, is off limits. eye to eye, I correct her. Tell me about Albania, then. Her face brightens.
Again, she could handle secular state, but eye to eye is what's difficult.
Yeah,
for
no,
her.
that's the first thing I learned in another language. I want to go like, colors, how to count, secular state. There's the word. There we go. Let's see. Her face brightens. What do you want to know? She looks up at me through those long, dark lashes, and my groin tightens again. Everything. She's talking about her parents. That's what it gets me a boner. You know?
Yep.
I watch and listen to her, enthralled. She is passionate and eloquent, painting a vivid picture of her country and her home. She tells me Albania is a special place where family is at the center of everything. It's an ancient country, influenced over the centuries by several cultures with differing ideologies. She explains, this just feels like she copy and pasted from the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
She explains that it's both Western and Eastern facing, but more and more her country looks to Europe for inspiration.
And their main exports are cabbages, and their rainfall is 71 inches a year.
Yeah, their main language is Albanian. Like, the population is. She's proud of her hometown. Kukës is a small place in the north near the border with Kosovo, and she enthuses about its spectacular lakes, rivers, and gorges, but most of all the mountains that surround it. She comes alive talking about the landscape, and it's clear that this is what she misses about her homeland. And this is why I like it here, she says. From what I have seen, the landscape in Cornwall is also beautiful. We are interrupted by Megan and fish pie. Megan plucks the plates down on the table and leaves without a word. Her face is sour, but the fish pie is warming and delicious, and there's no sign that anyone spat in it. Cool.
Good. Yeah. So the evil harpy is not totally evil. That is good to know.
Yeah, I guess so. Or she's good at hiding it.
Yeah, I was about to think, it's underneath the eggs.
Yeah. What does your father do? I ask cautiously. He has a garage. Does he sell petrol? No, he fixes cars, tires, mechanical things. And your mother? And your mother? She is at home. I want to ask Elisa why she left Albania, but I know it will remind her of her harrowing journey to the UK. And what do you do in Kukës? Well, I was studying, but my university closed, and so sometimes I work in a school with the little children, and sometimes I play the piano. Her voice trails off, and I don't know if it's because she's feeling nostalgic or if it's for another reason. Tell me about your work. It's clear she wants to change the subject, but I don't want to tell her what I do yet. I fill her in on my DJing career. Cool.
Sure.
Just keeping information from her.
Yep.
I've done a couple of... Oops, sorry.
I mean, I genuinely don't remember what he does. I think he spent the first bit of the book complaining he was going to have to take over the running of the town from his brother now that his brother was dead. But if he has a job, I do not remember it.
No idea. Well, I was I already said all that. I've done a couple of summers in San Antonio and Ibiza. Apologies again, saying that wrong.
Oh, Ibiza.
Now there's Ibiza.
Ibiza. It's
Ibiza.
It's like Hawaii for Britain. All our young folk go there to get blitzed off ecstasy and party and ruin the local economy.
Gotcha. It's like the Florida. Then
yeah.
It feels more. Yeah. The spring fling Florida. Now that's a real party place. This is why you have so many records. Yes, I answer. And what is your favorite music? All music. I don't have a favorite genre. What the most blandest answer to give. What about Korean house? What about you? How old are you when you started playing? I was 4. Wow. Early. Did you study music? I mean, music theory? No. That's even more impressive. It's great. It's gratifying to see Elisa eat. Her cheeks are rosy, her eyes aglow, and I suspect that after 2 beers, she's a little tipsy.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm sure
that's just muddy. Sorry.
I mean, she'd have to be to find this the most boring conversation. Engaging. So I was like, yeah, get drunk. It might help him. This guy not be boring as balls.
I know, and I also just let's confound the consent issues too with getting her drunk.
No.
Yeah. Would you like anything else? I ask. She shakes her head. Let's go. It's Iago who brings over our bill. I suspect Megan has refused or she's on a break. I settle up and take Elisa's hand as we leave the pub. Oh, that was the most boring excursion to the pub. Jesus. I I just want to make a little detour to the shop, I say. Okay. Elisa's lopsided style makes me grin. The shops in Thick Dick are owned by the estate and leased to the locals. They do good business from Easter right through to the New Year. The only one that's actually useful is the general store. We're miles from the nearest big town and it carries a huge range of items. A dulcet bell rings as we enter. Dulcet bell. If there's anything you need, let me know, I tell Elisa, who is looking at the magazine display, swaying slightly. I head to the counter. Can I ask for help? Ask the sales assistant. My brain just like freaked out of that. Can I help you? Ask the sales assistant.
Oh, yeah, E.L. James writing does that, trust me.
Yeah. It's just all blurred together. Do you stock nightlights for... Oh my god. They're just clearly infantil. Do you stock nightlights for kids?
You didn't... I don't... Yeah, what, like shit, like a clown doesn't have to... You didn't have to add that.
Yeah. She leaves the counter and searches the shelves in a nearby aisle. These are the only nightlights we have. She holds up a box with a small plastic dragon inside. Just like, it's just clearly like, oh, she's literally a child to the point where like we're giving her a child's like nightlight. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. These are certainly choices. I'll take one. It'll need batteries, the assistant informs me. I'll take batteries too. She takes the package and returns to the counter where I spy condoms.
The big moment. Like, is he going to get the... Okay.
But it's just like buying a nightlight, comparing her to a child, to condoms.
Plus, like, yeah, this poor store clerk, because he specifically said this is for a kid. Now he's buying condoms. This person's like, should I call the police? Like,
Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Whew! All right. Well, I might get lucky. I glance around at Elisa, who's leafing through one of the magazines. I'll have a pack of condoms too. The young woman blushes, and I'm glad I don't know her. She blushes? Again, I'd be like, police maybe?
Yeah, plus, like, you work in a store that sells condoms. Is this the first time anyone's ever asked you for them? Like...
Yeah, which would you prefer? Oh, let me guess. It's gonna be the large
wait
size.
For it.
Yeah. Which would you prefer? She asks. Those. I point to my brand of choice. Hastily, she puts the packet into a plastic bag with the nightlight.
Oh, those two things together. I'll take diapers and a vibrator, please.
To be fair, those I can at least see being like weird, like not to say weird, but like someone's kink. You know what I mean? But like nightlight, and it's expressly stating nightlight for kids.
I want my sweet, sweet lovemaking to be lit with the glow of a tiny dragon. It's how I get off.
Sure.
I want Drogon to be watching me and judging me as I make love to this very innocent woman.
I mean, didn't that actually happen in Game of Thrones?
Oh, undoubtedly. Yeah, no, they...
I think Jon Snow and Khaleesi both...
Daenerys got off with her handmaidens with her dragons in the room. They cut that.
See, that's what I would be here for. That's what I'm here for. All right. Let's see. The young woman, what would you prefer those? Once I paid, I joined Alicia at the front of the shop where she is now checking out the small display of lipsticks. Is there anything you want? I ask. No, thank you. Her refusal doesn't surprise me. I've never seen her wear makeup. She's just a natural beauty. Shall we go? She takes my hand and we walk back to the lane. What is that place? Elisa points at a distant chimney only partially visible as we walk down the lane towards the old mine. I know it, of course. It stands atop of the west wing of the great house that is Trelisian Hall, my ancestral home. Bugger. That place belongs to the Earl of Thickdick. Oh, her brow creases for a moment and we continue on in silence that I wage an inner war with myself. Tell her you're the fucking Earl of Thickdick. No. Why not? I will, not yet. This is just like him talking to himself back in here. Why not? I want her to know me first. Know you. Spend time with me. Can we go down to the beach again? Elisa's eyes are alight with excitement once more. Of course.
What possible power imbalance could he add that's not already here? He already has all of it. Like,
Yeah.
finding out that he's an aristocrat is going to make zero difference to how, like, what she thinks is going to be like, oh, now I see him differently. He's a millionaire with a title. Like, what? How could that possibly be anything here?
Oh my god.
Is he worried that she's going to start seeing him differently than the bizarre pervert she's trapped with?
I mean, I've gone through a whole range of emotions with this man. None of them good.
No.
This past like hour and a half.
Yeah, I think enough. I think we've tortured ourselves.
I was going to say because there's a break to a different POV at this point, so it might be a good spot.
This would be a wonderful time to free ourselves. We did. Made it for another chapter and a half. I'm very proud of us. This was so
you only got half the book left to go. It looks like
just over half. Yeah, it's 33 chapters, I think, and I'm counting each one. But I will. They've all been paid for in wonderful donations to the charity. So yeah, Jesse, thank you so much for joining me and throwing yourself into the hell's fire with me on this one.
I'm glad I could join you. This was definitely the bottom layer of hell as where this book is concerned.
Yeah, no, we are in Satan's jaws at this point. Judas Iscariot's legs are kicking next to us as we're chewed up.
I think even Satan's just like, did that dude buy a nightlight and condoms at the same time? Jesus.
Yeah. And you'd think she could at least have put them in separate bags. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just give this bag to your kid, you know? Here.
Yeah. Well, it's like, hey, here you go, son. Wrong thing. There we go. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
Cool. Well, thank you for joining me, everyone. I will try to get back into doing this more regularly so we can maybe finish this book before I die of old age. And please, everyone, go and check out Jessie's channel. I'll put a link to it in the video description. I said she covers Star Trek, and you also discuss really important breaking issues within the trans community and things like that. So I feel like I've learned a lot from her in regards to that. So it's really worth checking out the channel for those sort of things if that's something you'd like to know more about.
Thanks. Yeah, no, the way I usually put it is like we try to learn about LGBTQ issues, trans issues, political and social issues through geekdoms and pop culture. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, or me just ranting about Star Trek for an indeterminate amount of time, that's all there. So
definitely worth checking out. All right. Bye, guys.